Let me tell you something I've learned over more than 30 years of boating experience. A waterfront home is not sold the same way as a regular house. And honestly, that's where a lot of the waterfront sellers get frustrated, because you can have an incredible property on the water, a great dock, deep water, easy harbor access, and if it's marketed like every other house on Zillow, buyers never understand what they're actually looking at or where the value is coming from. It's the intangible items of a waterfront home that are hard to convey. They see 4 bedrooms, they see updated countertops, they never see what makes the property worth the premium. Waterfront buyers aren't buying a house, they're buying Saturday mornings, they're buying sunsets, they're buying cruises after work, they're buying fishing trips with their kids, they're buying the ability to leave the dock at a moment's notice. The house definitely matters, but the water is usually the reason they wrote the check. The things that actually matter. When I'm walking waterfront with a buyer, we're talking about things most listing descriptions never mention. How the water is at low tide. Can you leave 2 hours before low tide, or do you have unlimited access? How much current does the dock get? Can you comfortably fit a 30-foot center console into the slip or dock? How long does it really take to get to the harbor? Is there any amount of tide limitations or a bridge that limits the boat access? Where's the closest fuel dock? Can you stop at a waterfront restaurant on your way home for dinner? Those are the conversations waterfront buyers are having. 2 homes can look identical online and live completely differently. One dock may only be usable for half the tide cycle. The other gives you access anytime you want. One creek may add 30 minutes of idling to every single boat ride. The other lets you run as soon as you leave the dock. One backyard is exposed to heavy boat traffic, while the other feels like you're on your own private marsh. These are things that you would never necessarily know from the listing photos alone. Why some waterfront homes sit. I see it all the time. Beautiful waterfront home, professional photos, drone shots, great square footage, and yet nobody explains the dock, the water depth, the tides, bridge clearance, current at the dock, whether the dock is protected from the main body of water and boat traffic, harbor access, what size boat the property can actually accommodate. Those are the details that justify the price. Without them, buyers compare it to every other expensive house instead of understanding the lifestyle that the home actually offers. Waterfront buyers want confidence. When someone spends $1, $2, $3 million or more on waterfront, they're not worried about the kitchen cabinets. They're worried about making a $1 million mistake on the water. They want to know, can I actually use my boat the way I think I can? That's the question I'm always trying to answer. The bottom line, you're not selling a dock, you're not selling a house, you're selling the experience of living on that particular piece of water and the lifestyle that it provides. And if you don't understand the water, it's almost impossible to explain why one waterfront property is worth significantly more than another just a mile away. That's why waterfront homes deserve a completely different marketing strategy. I know these waters, I personally live this lifestyle of waterfront living, and that experience is what helps me convey the intangibles that add so much value to waterfront homeownership and selling a waterfront property. If you're a Charleston waterfront homeowner and you're looking to sell your home in the Charleston market, drop me a message in the comments. I would love to have a conversation.